Guys, it's morning right here on the farm, and unfortunately I was woken up at about 5 a.m. and I was told that there's a calamity, a bad thing that has happened on the farm. Dogs broke into the house of the goats and sheep and they killed two animals, two sheep to be particular. Now that's really sad. As I've shared with you guys before, currently sheep and goats are sleeping on my dad's farm, and he had a house, a small structure that was a wooden structure, which is usually what is used, and it had like wooden stuff on the side. Apparently a pack of dogs, of about 8 dogs, came in and broke in and killed 2 of the animals. So the person who manages the farm called my manager at around 3 a.m. telling him that, and then at around 5 a.m. he called me up and he was letting me know that a tragedy has happened. So it's unfortunate that that has happened, but we're going to go and check it out and we first see. Hey guys, so we've arrived on the farm and honestly it's quite tragic, really tragic. It's not just 2 sheep dead, we had around 11 sheep, that's together with the males and females, and of them 6 of them are casualties, either dead or injured, I don't know. So let me get in and show you guys. This is our entrance. So ideally every night this is locked, yeah, so you can see the entrance. This is locked, and guys, take a look at the scene inside here. It's really terrible. If you have issues looking at blood, you shouldn't be watching this, but take a look at this. Oof, they were killing the sheep, they were eating the sheep right from the intestine. And look at this. Now this one is damaged, it can barely stand. It's still alive, but it can barely stand. This was a lamb. It was female, it was okay, it has died. This is another one that has died. We have another one here, a female that is still alive right now, but I'm hoping it's going to survive. It has injuries on the neck. We're going to try and treat it. We're also going to try and treat the injuries on the neck on this one. Yeah, it has some injuries on the neck and on the leg. So we're going to try and treat it. Yeah, it was pregnant. Look at it, it was pregnant. Yeah, in fact, all of them were pregnant. All the females were pregnant. Take a look at this one. Now, this is one that was in a really terrible state. It was also pregnant, and take a look at the neck. It was eaten by the dogs. Now you might wonder where they came in from. I don't know whether they are dogs or foxes or whatever. This is where they came in from. Yeah, so there were breakages all around the house. There's a lot of weak links, points where the animals could come in from. Take a look at all those spaces. This is where the animals could come in from, but most probably they got inside from right here, and because this is the biggest opening I see right here. So you might be wondering why the hell we had such a huge opening in here when we have animals around here. Guys, it's because from experience we had never had any issues with dogs or foxes or I don't know, wolves or anything coming inside here. We had never had this issue, guys, completely. We hadn't had an issue. The animals have been here for quite some time. My dad has been keeping goats here for quite some time, even before I decided to bring in goats, and we never had an issue. I think before that he had pigs right here and we never had an issue. We never completely had an issue. So honestly, we didn't assume that it would have been an issue. Our biggest threat, we thought, was humans who would come and try to steal. But again, there's no history of like thieves really coming in all around here. So we thought we were safe. We thought the biggest thing is we're trying to protect the animals from wind and rain from the outside, yeah? So that's why it wasn't an issue. So what happened last night is that the guy who works right here was sleeping, and then at around 2, he had weird noises, random noises. So he decides to come out, and when he came, he found chaos. He found the animals being fed on by, the wild dogs, and he says they should have been around 8 in number. Around 8 in number. Now that's really terrible, yeah, really terrible. If I tell you that we had around 11 sheep, and of the 11, 2 of them were males, 9 were females, and then we've lost 6 females, almost 6. Because these 2, I'm not certain that they will survive. We're going to do our best to try and make sure that they'll survive. But if I tell you that we've lost 6 of them out of the 11, it's really saddening, yeah? Really saddening. After all the effort, after all the medication, after everything, and when we are just at the cusp of transferring, probably a week from now, we would be transferring the animals to the hill that I've already shared with you guys, where we're supposed to be moving the animals. And then this happens, oh my God. Really pathetic. This is really terrible. So I'll show you where we decided to move the animals after. The other funny thing is that we also have goats, but none of the goats was attacked. None of the male animals was attacked. It was just the females. It's really sad. Anyway, let's go. I show you guys where the animals were moved to. So right here, guys, if you do remember, this was our chicken house where we did our brooding from. Yeah, this is where I did the brooding from, and the animals had to be moved. So if you can see very clearly, we have turkeys inside here, and this is where they have been sleeping. But then the goats and the sheep were also now moved inside here, as you can see. The ones that survived. This is one of the mothers. It has a lamb. Luckily, it survived. This is our male. Yeah, it survived. This is another of the females that survived. Sheep. And I think this is another of the females that survived. So we only have 3 female sheep that went unscathed. And then we have a few of the goats, as you can see, that survived. Yeah, a few of the goats that survived. This one, I think, is delivering soon, as you might see. I mean, I'll try to get close. Can you see it? You can see the udders, quite big, with a really big tummy. So very soon it should be delivering. We are hoping to get good results right here. So guys, it's really unfortunate, really unfortunate. And of course, you guys understand me for being positive. Yeah, so it's really sad, but right now, the most important thing is not to be sad. It's to think, what's the takeaway message from here? I mean, what's the takeaway point from here? What do we learn from here? So if you've been following the channel and watching some of the previous videos that I had been sharing, you would understand that my goal was to prepare the goat house on the hill, I mean the farm over there, move the guys there, the animals would stay outside as we build the goat house. But of course, that's not going to happen anymore. Now I understand that wild animals are also a threat. I didn't think they were a threat. So what you're going to do is that we're going to make sure that we properly build the goat shelter over there and make sure it's secure from even wild animals from coming inside, and we'll take away that threat completely. So we need to make sure that wherever we are, wherever we build, we make sure that wild animals are never a threat. I mean, they should never ever be able to get in. Yeah, so consistently look out for the, you know, the breakages, the small leaks, any weak point on the house that could cause us issues, and then block it. The other thing is that, of course, I'm going to try to rebuild as quickly as possible. I mean, we're trying to expand and we're trying to get our animals back to number. So our goal should be to try and make sure that we don't lose animals and that we don't lose time. So I'm going to try and see if I can secure a few more sheep. Of course, it's really sad, really sad, but it's a terrible thing that has happened. But I mean, worse things could have happened. They could have killed all the animals. So you've got to remain positive. You've got to not give up. I mean, if I give up because of this, then there's really nothing in me at all. So I need to make sure that I remain strong, gather what we can, yeah, try to make sure that we improve the situation. So for now, the animals are going to live in the other house and not in this house. We're going to try and clean this up. We're going to give the animals some antibiotics, some painkillers, and call a vet to see if there's anything else that can be done. See if there's broken skin, maybe it needs stitching or something like that. Ideally, we're going to do everything that we can to ensure that these animals survive and nothing terrible like this happens again. Yeah, nothing terrible like this should happen again. We want to try and grow the goat numbers and the sheep numbers as quickly as we can, and this is a huge setback, a terrible setback, but we're going to try to use it to our advantage to give us a push. And guys, unfortunately, I also made the decision to fire the guy who was working there. You might say, why would you fire him? But it's because of the kind of management structure that I set up. And you see, the way I believe in leadership is that you shouldn't be doing micromanagement. I don't love micromanagement. I hate it, because how do you then be able to supervise everything? You will break down. So the way the structure of management is that, first of all, I make sure that I provide everything available. Of course, you guys understand that the structure where the goats are sleeping is not my structure. It's my dad's structure. But of course, I hold the responsibility of ensuring that it's maintained. So of course, I'm not going to get a hammer and a nail and I go maintain it myself. What am I supposed to do to ensure that everything is availed for the maintenance? So the guy who has been looking after the animals, of course, has the responsibility of ensuring that happens. And he hadn't been told once or twice, but so many times, I mean on multiple occasions, to keep maintaining the place. So many different times, I mean really many different times. And every time there was nothing being done about it. Yeah. Now, of course, I personally only move there maybe once a month or once in 2 months, so I certainly won't see what is happening. But this is one person looking after 20 animals, just a single person looking after 20 animals. So imagine if he had 200 animals to look after. What the hell would he do? We have hammers, we have nails, we have everything that's required to ensure that the place is maintained. Of course, goats and sheep will, push against the wall and they'll break it occasionally. And the only thing you have to do, literally the only thing he has to do is get the animals, take them to graze them and get back. Nothing much to do. What's hard about maintaining the structure? Like, honestly. So this is simply someone who, number one, doesn't push themselves, but number two, doesn't listen, because they have been told on multiple occasions to repair the place and they have done nothing about it. And this is not a person I can work with because I can't micromanage. So unfortunately, they're going to have to go. Most probably by the time the video is up, they'll have gone. Yeah, they'll have gone. And I'll have gotten someone else, hopefully can push themselves. So tell me what you think about the video. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, smash the notification bell. That way you never miss out on an upload. Lots of love. Bye-bye.